So this is just a couple of examples of sizing the images for the campus gallery. So in general, the images that have been submitted for the campus gallery are huge, which is awesome, better than being way too small, because we can always go down, but as far as quality is concerned, we can never go up. Um, that said, things like image galleries and whatnot look a whole lot better when images that are submitted have a consistent ratio. And by that I mean how big the width is compared to the height. So in this case, we are sizing them to 800 by 600. And if they're portrait, then the opposite. And some of the pictures, I'd say like half the time, 40% of the time, they're in the right ratio. And so that's either multiplying the small edge by 1.33333 or multiplying the larger edge by 0.75 and then shrinking. So some of them are right on, but sometimes we do have to figure out what the actual proper length would be for one of the sides so that it's in the right ratio, so that we can get it to 800 by 600 without having to crop too much, because it gets harder to crop as the image gets smaller. You take more stuff away than on a bigger image, and so that it doesn't get warped. And I know a lot of folks are like, oh, I want my, my content management system to size it for me, which is all great and dandy, except that it too cannot defy the basic rules of, photography. So it'll do the same thing that we're doing, which is it's going to find one side and multiply it by ratio based on that edge, and then it's going to crop it down so that it meets the size that you want. And when you do it that way and it's automated, you have a whole lot less control over what gets cropped. So let's not do that. Anyway, I've rambled enough. So this image I've already checked is not in the right ratio, but it is pretty typical of the other ratio that I've been mostly consistently finding in these pictures. So what I want to do is take I always defer to the smaller side. The reason being that, again, I can go down, but I can't go up. So in this case, smaller side is the height, and I know that I want my height to be 3/4 of my width for landscape oriented pictures anyway. So I'm going to multiply that by 1.333. So we'll just round up 2742. So I'm looking at this width, and I think it's fine if some stuff gets cut off, but generally I try to keep it center if I can. In this case, I'm going to go this way because I think we got a whole lot more repetitive content on the left. And I already forgot what the number is. Okay, 2742. Boom. Yeah. Okay, so that's step one. Step two is to resize it to that 800 by 600 or 3/4 ratio, which it should now do fairly perfectly. Image size 800 by 600. Whoop, yay. Then I usually hit Control 0 because I like to see things as they are. This is the actual Control 0 basically gives you the actual size of the image. So now my last thing is that it's a high quality photo, which again is awesome, but not so awesome for the web. And in this case, since it's not a photography site or anything, we are doing just fine. cutting down that quality by quite a bit, actually. So go to File, Save to Web, and then choose JPEG if it doesn't say that already. In this case it does, because I've been doing this for a while. I've got my quality at 10. Another way to get that is here. If I pick JPEG low, that's what it's going to do. And it just, if you look down here from where you started, it shrinks the heck out of the image. The image was probably more like this before. And so it's saying that it's going to load in 37 seconds. And that it's 200 and something K, which is, God, just unnecessarily enormous. So JPEG low, as soon as we do that, having already tested, knowing that we're fine with the way this looks as far as quality, it's now going to load 12 seconds, so much preferred. I've already got it where I want it to be, otherwise I would have, you know, navigated to the folder where I want it to be. And I like to have a naming system so that I know which is my original enormous one, because you always want to keep a copy of the original in case you need to go back to where you started and size down again. And then just in case I'm using it more than one place, I like to give it something that means something to me. So in this case, I'm just going to add small web to the end. And so when I see that next to the other one, because I know me, I know that that means that I've sized it down for the online gallery. Name it however you want, just make it easy to know the difference between the original and the one that you actually want to put on the site. So save, and so that saved that. This is our original file, and so when I X out of here, you know it's the original file because it doesn't say small web up next to it. And so no, I'm not going to save the changes because I want a big picture still. So that is what you need to know about getting the campus gallery pictures to look uniform as you start doing this yourself. I know that I had mentioned doing batch stuff, and I have kind of decided that since we have this whole cropping decision thing that we can't automate, that's probably not going to lend itself to batching unless you change the order of your workflow so that you size them all to the right ratio and then have them all open, and basically make the save for web something that you do as a bundle. And if you go on YouTube, there are fantastic tutorials about doing that are far better than anything I could ever do. But keywords are going to be Photoshop, batch processing, recording a macro, that kind of stuff. And you should find one right away, actually. And that's it for Campus Gallery sizing of images and prep for upload. So I am going to show you how to upload and create some more of the photo gallery images. So went to Pages, go to Campus Gallery. Just a note, here, right now that little arrow says that it's forwarding to the next page. But if you ever get to a point where you find the need for more than one gallery, because you have enough pictures to warrant it, if you were to add a gallery here, you could have a page here that would automatically show, you know, the next title, next gallery, and then it would link you to the one that you clicked on. But right now we have one gallery, so go ahead and open this puppy up. There's a billion pictures in it. All you gotta do is, this is the parent folder, you're gonna select it. You say I want to add a file. So see, file. Now I'm gonna upload said file. And is going to be this one, just ease of use. Remember I said I named everything small web. Well, the next thing that I would do once I got to this folder is organize everything by date, so that I got the most recently done thing in there. And this way I'll know, okay, I did that one and now I can do this one. Open. I can do save and create another, or just save. In this case I'm going to hit save because I'm only going to do one. The second I do that, I see all my other prompts, and if I have any questions about what the heck goes where, just go to one that's already done. So cover images in reference to when you have more than one gallery, so that you indicate which one you want to see on the front. And this is the place where you're going to put your caption and description. This is the file you uploaded, and then this is like every other document where you can have it show and disappear if on a schedule, if that's what you need. So then if I made any changes, I'd save them. And then I'd be done, and I'd go and I'd add the next one. As far as ordering, I'm fairly certain that you can just, if you want these in a different order, you can go ahead and drag and drop these things. So I can either drag or I can use the arrows. And it should reorder on the actual gallery page. That is all.